Hey all, welcome back. Well, the first thing I'm going to do today is thin this body down a bit because it's too thick. It's over 46 thick, so I'm going to knock up millimetres off the back of it and go from there. Possibly do a neck pocket after that maybe. And then finish some of the shaping up the top end there and stuff, get all that figured out and things. Just go from there really. But first things first, let's get this thinned down, eh? Right, I've pretty much got this centred, I think. It's very close anyway, so next thing I'm going to do is stick these pieces down for doing the pocket, I suppose. Right, so that was a crap pocket, but I had a brainwave. Now I've put some plain shavings in here. I used my number 7 for that. It seems to be the only one that's actually properly sharp. Anyway, I did that, and I've put a piece of wood in the back here and just shoved the neck forward a few millimetres, and that's a much nicer fit, much better fit, so that's good. And then of course the pickup is going to go in here, and that's going to cover all that up anyway, so happy days. And I don't have anything back here. I'm not working to any particular template set or anything like that, so I can shove the bridge forward a couple of mils, it doesn't matter. So that's that dilemma solved. Cool, happy days. I need to take about 1 millimetre off at the front end of this to create a tiny angle. Sort of like there. So I need to create this tiny angle first, and then lower the whole, then drop the whole neck down into the pocket a bit more. So first things first, I need this, just this tiny angle, whatever that comes to, that's what I need. Take that off. Right, so I'm going to take off this, I'm going to move this tiny bit from the front end just to sort of create a tiny angle, and then I need to take another 3 mils or so down, take the fretboard down to the body height. So let's do that. I've done a Heath Robinson rough job of getting the angle in there, which is fine. So I've got a tiny angle, I've got the fretboard basically almost down to the body height, and I'm just over 9mm at the scale line, which will allow for the Floyd rose to recess into the top just nicely. I think I'll leave that at that, because if I try and perfect it anymore, it's just going to go wrong and we'll end up with a disaster. So if you get it close enough, just don't go any further. Yeah. Anyway, right. So next, that's good. Now I've stuck this bit of paper down so I can get some nice clear lines, and I've got to line up this template. Because template screws down, so it's not so bad. The lines are hard to see on it though, with the thing being white. Get my hammer. Oh, I can hear you. I've drilled the holes to 3.5mm to make this thing fit tighter, but oh, maybe a wee bit too tight. But it should get the holes in the right place though. Right, so there we are. 2 punch holes in the correct places. Which I can now enlarge with this thing. So that's my post hole. That's where the posts are supposed to go. I just double check everything. It's all looking pretty good so far. Right, now I need to get some screws and drill these holes. So this drill bit here is my 11mm. It's my best 11mm drill. However, it does have this strange end on it. Now that end is 4.5mm. So if I drill a 4.5mm first, that holds that nice and snug. So if I do these two holes to 4.5mm, then that should help me guide that. I just need a shallow hole in the top, just to guide this drill for the posts. Well, that's pretty much spot on. I'm really happy with that. That's really, really nice. So good. Oh, I just figured I might as well put the proper posts in because, you know, it's the only thing that gives you a really accurate setting for the bridge. Obviously, I'm going to be, I've got a lot of writing to do here. The top's going to be recessed. So I've done the holes 35mm deep because I will do a 5mm recess at the front here and then 14 at the back. So yeah, but that's looking great. Fantastic. So I've put masking tape down. I've re-established a proper centre line. I've put this in, I've drawn round it, and then I've got this template set. It's for the recessed cavity. So I've placed that down, lining up the centre line, drawing that extra line round there, and I tested out on this piece of shitty stuff, and it doesn't look too bad. The gap was possibly slightly bigger than I would expect at the back, but overall not too bad. I've just knocked up this little bit of stuff here. It's a bit of wet wool or something to put in the front here so that I can route this deep. This part here I want deeper, and I just want this front piece to be about 5mm deeper, so that's where the posts go, but I want the rest of it to be a good depth, so I'm going down 12mm on the rest of it. I just had to kiss the bottom of the holes to just give me that fraction more depth. That's 30.4, which is perfect. So now I can put the post back in, and we'll plop the Floyd in and we'll see how it's doing. Right, I'll go and press these in and I'll get back to you. So that's looking quite tidy, really. It's looking quite nice, sort of, quite a nice fit for the most part. I think this back pocket could be slightly over, but other than that, it's actually quite nice. It's looking quite good. And there we are. Just yeah, that's pretty decent though. Happy days. Right, so here we have starting to look like a super duper califragilistic expialidocious Telecaster. Still got things to do, obviously, plenty to do still. I think one of the things I'm going to do off camera is to put the bridge back in place and run a straight edge and sort of take its string height into consideration and get a rough idea of where the Floyd's going to sit. Because if I need to, I'll skim another millimetre off the top. I'm not too fussed, but I'll do that if I need to. I don't mind. Just to make sure the Floyd isn't going to sit disappeared in the body, you know. It's good to check that. So I'll check that off camera. When we come back, we'll look at control cavity, and then we're going to take another few mils off here, about 3 mils or something, just to give that access a little bit better, because I think it'll still look fine. It'll still look good, like. Yeah, and smooth off all this stuff, because this is all a bit lumpy from the bobbin sander. It's really difficult to avoid it. You get really close, but it's very difficult to not have any sort of undulations, even though they're really small. So I'll do all that, get all this, make sure it's all the way smooth, all the way around. I've still got a hole to fill in up here as well. I need to put some resin there. But obviously that means another couple of days waiting for it to cure. But still, it'd be quite cool. Yes, so finish doing the body shape, control cavity, and then move on to the cars and stuff. Get the body all up to scratch really, and then from there I can get my line for the neck heel thing, get all this taken down, and start looking at carving the neck and things, and fret leveling and all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to like and comment as usual, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers!